Hello everyone. Welcome to our exciting online event on getting started with Snowflake. And our speaker for the day is Ritesh Choudhary, Senior Data Architect. Now, moving to who we are and what we stand for. So, we are multi cloud for you. We are having more than 100,000 strong technologists from all over the globe. We are specialized in multi cloud strategies, data science, artificial intelligence, blockchain, extreme engineering, and many more. We also help technologists to share their learning and to get opportunities through our platform, which is www.fifthia.com. Now, how we are growing. So, we have conducted more than 1100 sessions till now, and we are having more than 400 speakers who are associated with our platform, and we are having more than 30,000 members who are associated with our platform. Now, these are few of our master mentors who are associated with our platform. These are few of our relationship partners who are Bata, Piper, Otex Lab, Alibaba Cloud, Zera America, Brilio, Dell, Microsoft, Multiverse, Persistent, Philips, Tiger Analytics, and many more. We are also an academic partner with Alibaba Cloud, and these are the few courses that we have done in line with Alibaba Cloud. So now, how do we help? So we help in building your knowledge, digital presence, and helping you in odd hours when you are looking for a job through our community. We are a global data consulting and digital business transforming firm ranked by CIO Tech among the top 10 digital business transformation consulting startup in India. We are a community focused tech firm dedicated to aiding businesses in digital transformation through data engineering, automation, custom application, analytics, and science, demonstrated by ongoing community investments at www.fifthia.com. Now, to claim the certificate, you have to take a quiz. So I will show you and give you a brief demo for the same. So firstly, you have to go to the event main page, and here you have to click on navigate now. Now you have to click on take quiz. Now you have to start the quiz by clicking on start quiz. So here we have 10 questions in this quiz, and each question consists of 10 marks, and there is a timer of 20 minutes. So you have to ensure that you should attempt all the question in this 20 minutes. So you have to select one option from here, and then next. I'm just choosing the random options because I'm giving the demo. Then you have to select the option, then next. And at the last question, you have to submit the quiz. So you have to click on submit quiz. And there's a pop-up on which you have to click on OK. And then again, you have to click on OK. Then this is the score code performance certificate which you will get here, and you can print this performance certificate. And now to download the certificate, you have to go to the dashboard. Now you have to click on download certificate. So you will get your certificate, and from here you can download your blockchain based certificate, like by clicking on download this certificate. And you can also share the certificate on your social media platform um, from here. These are the icons from where you can share your certificate. And you have I have also ping you the guide how to claim the certificate. In that guide, all the steps are mentioned, which I have explained here. So you can follow those steps and you can claim your certificate. Now moving to the speaker of the day, who is Ritesh Choudhary, a senior data architect and director of solution engineering. And his domain expertise are in ADF, Synapse, Snowflake, Delta Lake, Databricks, SSIS, SSRS, Power BI, Python, Waterfall, Agile software development, Scrum, and many more. And for more information about Ritesh, you can go through his LinkedIn profile, which is mentioned here. Now, over to Ritesh. Thank you, Ritesh.
Thank you, Prerna. Hey, hello everyone. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. Uh, so myself, Ritesh. I am in this IT field from last more than 19 years, and I am associated with multi-cloud family from last 3+ years, we can say. And my main profile, daily bread and butter is related to the data environment only. So as Prerna said, mostly I'm taking care of the data part in the multi-cloud family. And so agenda of this call is to go through the introduction of the Snowflake. So we will cover a couple of topic in that. Let me share my screen so that we all will be able to see the same screen. And I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, Ritesh, it's visible.
Is it PowerPoint slide?
Yes, yes.
Okay, that's great. Uh, our agenda of this session is to give a high level of introduction on this Snowflake, so that if someone has not has started anything on the Snowflake, he is totally new on that. He can grab some knowledge of the Snowflake and start exploring more on that part. First of all, what is Snowflake? Snowflake is a cloud-based platform, and we can say it's a SaaS data platform that provides a solution for data warehousing, data lake, data sharing, and analytics. So what the purpose of having the SaaS as a platform? So as it is a SaaS platform, so the advantage of that is we need not to install anything on any of the server or local machine to explore that system. So everything is on the cloud. We can maintain our database, or we can maintain our data lake. We can share our data, and we can do our AIML analytics, everything on the cloud only. Need not to maintain any infra for that. That is the main advantage of that. Okay, and key feature which is associated with this environment is we can easily scale up and scale down our compute as per our need, as per the requirements. So like in the festival season, if we are expecting that there is a need of the auto scale or to scale the environment on the higher scale, we can do it easily. Same with the flexibility point of view as well. We can maintain the flexibility easily over there, and we can handle a large amount of data as well with the Snowflake. Okay, and so here is a couple of points which we will cover in this session is create a Snowflake account, log in and explore the interface, create a database and see how the warehouse get associated with that, and also load some data into some sample tables, and we'll explore how to write the query and execute the query, and how to share the data as well with others. Okay. So let's visit on the website so that we can see the environment. So to start with the Snowflake, we need to jump on the URL app.snowflake.com and need to create a sign up over here. Whenever we click on the sign up, sorry, we need to explore some couple of details over here, and the free trial version which we can sign up is for the 30 days, and with that we get a credit of $400. And so in that we need to add some sample data over here, our profile detail over here, what are the profile detail will be. And once we will continue on that part, we need to choose the addition, which addition we need to use for that. Usually we for the learning purpose we use the standard addition only. We need not to use higher addition for that. Apart from that, this one is the important thing. We need to choose the cloud as well. So whenever we start the Snowflake work. So where the data of the Snowflake or where the infra will be maintained, on which cloud the infra will maintain of our Snowflake environment. So for that we choose the which cloud we need to go. So we can use any of the cloud, choose any of the cloud, although there will be no separate costing associated or charged from the cloud directly with us. That will be internally managed by the Snowflake only. Snowflake only charge with us the how much the computer we have used. On the basis of that, and the costing will be charged. So although we need not to bother about the costing which is associated with the cloud environment separately, that will be managed internally with the Snowflake only. So once we will click on the start, we will get a activation email over there. So once we will activate our account, we are good to go on the and log in on the Snowflake. So as I already have a login account, so I will directly jump on over there. Okay, and so here is the login screen. Whenever you will land on the Snowflake, you will find this screen only. And in the database, whenever you enter into data part, you will find in the database you will find two database by default. These are the sample database which we can utilize or explore for our learning purpose as well. And although both the database are the read-only database, we can't do any changes in those database. But we can see how the data is mapped, or how the data tables are created, how the schema are mapped over there. We will talk in that in more detail. Okay. So here is the login screen. After login, this one is the screen which will fill over there. So first of all, we will try to create a new database for our learning purpose. So from here, we can create our database, and let's take the name over here. Uh, So I'm giving the test to DB. Okay, so that's it. So it's very much simple. So we have just created a new database named as test2 database. So the hierarchy is like that. So first of all, we need to create a database, and inside the database, we need to create a schema as well. So if you are familiar with the SQL Server, we usually work in the schema like DBO. But in that, we can create a separate schema, our schema as well, and we can segregate our data into multiple schemas as well easily. So let me create a new schema over here. Mm, I'm giving a random name over here, but whenever you work on any of the project, you can give a meaningful name for that. So inside the schema, we have the option to create table, view, store procedure, whatever we want to create. So it's similar to the way we work in the SQL Server. So if we have some idea on the SQL Server or any of the database, we can easily work on that. It will not take much time to get the learning on that part. Okay. So if I need to create a new table over here, just a minute. I will go and just click a table, and so here, what type of table we need to create? So is that will be external table from we need to create the from any file, or how we want to create a table? So there are multiple ways we can create a table. So so like I can directly. So one more thing I want to add over here. So if we already have the data in any of the file, we can directly load the data from that table, and it will create the table as well as it will load the data as well on the fly. So if I click over here, suppose I have data in any of the CSV file, JSON file, TSV file, or any of the file, we can directly browse that file. So like I have data, is sample data with me. Like I have data in the industry table. Okay. So I want to, so over here I can choose whether I need to push the data into the new table or in any of the existing table. So as we don't have any new table, existing table, I am choosing here the new table over here. Now we need to give a meaningful name for that as well. So I'm giving industry table name. Okay. So over here we will choose what type of file we have uploaded. Although as we uploaded the CSV file, it has taken the name of the file, type of the file, CSV automatically. So now we need to choose a couple of things over here. Whether we need to load the data if there will be any error or something like that. We need to uh, check those field. After that, we need to check what all columns we need to create for that. So we can utilize give the column name over here. There is a couple of more columns over here. So suppose the file which we have uploaded, let me open that file as well so that you can able to see which file we are uploading. So this one is a file which we are uploading right now. Okay. So over here we can give the name like first line contain the header. So right now you can see the column name is coming over here. But according to us, first name is the header. So we will choose first name contain the header. We can so there are a couple of more settings which we can do as per the type of file we are uploading. So as we have given the column name as so it has taken the automatically the column name. The first name, first line, we have the field name which it contain in the first line. It has taken automatically. Although we can change it as per our convenience as well. Okay. So whenever we will click on the load. Yep. Bingo. So you can see the data has been uploaded out here. So you can see you can preview the data as well. So what are the data we uploaded from the CSV file? It's really quick. It has been uploaded automatically over here. We need not to do anything on the part. So if we want to see the table definition, we can see the table definition over here. So as I said, we can create the table manually, and after that we can upload the data, or we can directly upload the data and it will create the table manually as well. We can do as per our convenience um, how we want to upload the data. Okay. So that's it on the table creation. So same way, if I need to create the table manually, so suppose I need to create a table manually. Okay, I let me remove this table. I'm dropping this table. So how we can create the table manually, or how can where we can do our write our SQL query so that we can check the data whether we want to select the data or insert the data or upload the data, where we can write those logic. So we can write our logic in the SQL workspace worksheet. Same way as we are writing the SQL script in the MySQL, SQL Server, Oracle. Same way we can write our query in the SQL Server. But suppose if we are not much familiar on that part, we can write our logic in different languages as well. We can write it in the Python and uh, as well. Okay. So let's go into the SQL part. So what I will do in on which database we need to execute the query. We will select the database name over there. Which schema we need to execute the query. So after that we will select the schema name as well. After that, suppose we need to create a table. What I will do, I will just execute that. Yep, that's it. So we can, if we go into that schema and table, yeah. mm, So yeah, it's there. So next thing is, suppose we want to upload the data into that table, existing table. So it's the same thing. No, sorry, I have chosen wrong database. So yep, industry. If we want to load the data, we can browse the file. Okay, and in we want to upload the data into the industry table. Okay, so you can choose the options. First line contain the header and load. Yeah, that's it. So now it contains the data as well. So these are the two options which we can utilize for that. Now come back on to the scripting part, where we can write a script. So as I said, you can write your script over here into the scripting part. And the good thing is over here, whatever that script we are writing over here, it will be saved automatically for your account. Although that query will not be visible to other, but by default it will be there. And whenever you log in again, you will find that script in your account with that timestamp at what time you created that script. Although as per our convenience, we can rename that file. So suppose that script are the couple of script which are really important, and we want to maintain that in our account, so that we can refer those script whenever we want to use those script in the future, refer those script in the future. We can give a meaningful name to those script as well, and that will be in saved in your account for the lifelong. Although whenever we want to drop that script, we can easily remove that script from here. Okay. So in the script set, we can create the table, we can write our query as well. Only thing is, whenever we write the query, we need to select the database name and we need to select the schema name as well. Okay, so that's it. uh, any question on the till that point? Prerna, do we have any question in the chat, or are you planning to take the question at the end of the session only?
Ritesh, we don't have questions right now.
Okay, that's good. uh, okay, so that is the basic thing which we can do in the Snowflake. And second thing is the let me go on to the presentation again. So in till now we have created a new account, we fill the required detail and get access to the Snowflake web interface as well. That part is done. uh, just a minute. So uh, after that, when we log in on the portal, we explore the dashboard, navigate the menu, and navigate the query editor. The SQL worksheet which we explore, that one is the query editor. And in that, we created a new database in the Snowflake, and using the Snowflake interface. So now, what is warehouse in the Snowflake? So Snowflake warehouse is a warehouse through which we can maintain the our compute, our storage. Everything can be, we can manage that part from the our warehouse. So suppose we can create a clusters as well of the warehouse. So as per the role, we can and align those warehouse to the our users, so that they can only play or only do their work in that workspace only. So it's like a cluster which will allocate to some other users as per their role. And in that, we can allocate them the compute as well. So suppose if we have any data entry person or any of the person who is not required a big compute size, because the Snowflake is charging the credit on the basis of what how much compute we have utilized. On the basis of that, Snowflake is charging. So we can allocate the compute as well to the workspace, and we can allocate those workspace to the users. So that is the advantage of workspace, and we and so we can allocate the user as well. So with that we can scaling, we can set the scaling of the warehouse based on the workload, as per the user's workload. We can do the map the scaling of the warehouse as well. Okay. We will go and check the in the practical as well how it works. And after that we can load the data in two way. One way we have already load the data, that is a bulk load, which we have already gone through that. We can upload the data using the file in the CSV, JSON, or there are multiple more file system it is supporting. We can upload the data using that. uh, as we saw in the starting as well, data integration using Snowflake integrate with the cloud storage. So whatever the environment we are creating, whenever we create the account, we choose the warehouse as well, cloud storage as well, where we want to store the data. Second one is the incremental load. We will jump on that part in some time. We'll come on that part. Uh, okay, let me jump again to the Snowflake window. Yep. So over here you can see that. So there is default compute which come whenever we create a new account, and with that role we allocated that compute, and that compute so that workspace, and that workspace is associated with a small compute only. So the user who is having access to that role, they can only be able to utilize that workspace warehouse, and that compute only be used for that user. If a large number of compute will be associated to that, so costing will be also be high on the basis of that. Although advantage of the large compute is whenever we think that we need to process the high amount of data, and that needs to be really quick, we can allocate a high compute as well. That is all on the basis of our need. Okay. So how we can create a new workspace? So here is the navigation menu. So just a minute. So this one is the admin part. So we can manage our costing. We can see our costing, monitor our costing, how it is going on, and what all query when we have executed, and what are the expenses for each query. We can manage it from the cost management. Let's jump on the warehouse again. So on over here, we can create our own warehouse as well. We can give our own name and type of warehouse, and after that, as we discussed, we can give the size of the compute as well. What type of compute we need to allocate to that warehouse. On the basis of that warehouse only, it costing will be charged by the Snowflake, and data will be processed on that speed with that. Okay. So here is the warehouse part. So, mm, so we have covered the home screen. In the home screen, whatever the query we have created, it will be, you can review those query again from here. Whatever, if you want to do search anything over here, and the project which you're maintaining, you can see everything over here. If we are writing any code logic into the notebook, that will be visible over here. Whatever the database we have, all the database will reflect in the data, and these are the couple of more things which will come in the advanced section. Admin part we have already gone through. We can maintain our manage or view our costing from here. We can create the warehouse from here. And if we want to create a new user and we want to allocate some access right, or so we can, so suppose for example, for this user we create a what type of user that is, we can associate the role, and for each role we can associate the what type of warehouse we need to associate to that user. We can manage it from here. Okay. So whenever a new account is created, that will be mapped with a unique account number which we are showing over here. So whenever we log into that account, you can see that number will reflect over here as well. Even on the login screen as well, if there are multiple accounts, it will ask for from which account want to log in. Okay. uh, any question till that point?
There is one question in the chat, Ritesh.
Okay. uh, Work warehouse, scale warehouse. So we can create multiple warehouse as well. On the basis of that, we can. So suppose that question is from Ankita. So suppose Ankita, you have a account created already in the Snowflake, and as an admin, I have created a two workspace, and one for with the small compute and one with a higher compute, and I can allocate both the warehouse to you, and as per your work you can switch to the warehouse which warehouse you want to switch as per your work need. So that is possible. So because uh, nothing is automated behind the scene. So whatever the query you are doing, whether you are uploading the data or you are downloading the data, you want to view the data, that is all depend on the how much data you are playing. So on the basis of that, you can switch your warehouse as well. As we saw in the query window, SQL query window, in the right hand side top, we choose the warehouse name. So from there, you can switch your warehouse as well as per your need. Okay. Can we move data from local on-premise database to global Snowflake DB, and how we can achieve this? Okay. Uh, Hemant, give me 5 more minutes. We'll jump on that part. Okay. Any more question on that? All good? Okay, that's great. So, Hemant, your question is will come in this picture from the incremental load. So, Snowflake is a database. So, in that database, we can load the data with multiple ways. Either if we want to load the data manually, which come under the bulk load, we can load the data via CSV or whatever the file we have, we can directly load the data. Or so suppose if we have the data in any of the file, any other storage account or any other cloud, and we want to see if any file get dropped over there and we want to pick the data automatically whenever that file dropped over there, and we want to push the data into our system, that will be incremental load and daily load, you can say. In that case, we can create a incremental load. So for that, we usually create the snow pipe. So how the snow pipe works? So suppose I'm taking the example of Azure storage account. So in the storage account, what we do, in the storage account, we can create a handler over there in the storage account, and how the handler works, whenever any new file will be dropped in the storage account, it will directly uh, trigger a notification to the Snowflake that new file came to me, and that file will be pipelined automatically into the Snowpipe, and from the Snowpipe, that file will process automatically, and data will be first pushed to the staging account, and from the staging, that data will be pushed to the whatever table we want to save the data. Although we that part is not in the agenda list to go into more detail part, because that will lie into the advanced session, because it to showcase that part, it at least take more than 1 hour for the single topic. So that's why I'm giving you a high level how it works. So we can create a snow pipe. If you want to pull the data from automatically or incremental data automatically, we can directly achieve that part from the using the snow pipe. But so suppose if you want to write some logic as well, we have the data on any of the storage account or any of the account or any of the on-premise database as well, we can write our Python script as well. So as we saw in earlier, there is a option for Python script as well. We can write our Python script in that. That is on a Snow Park actually. We can write our logic into the Snow Park. Over there, whatever the logic we want to write, we can write it over there. And once the script, we can execute that script manually whenever we want to pull the data from that system. And as I say, so like this. So we can write our whatever logic we want to write. We can write it over here. Sorry, and we can execute that manually. So suppose if next requirement will come like, can we do it automate? Like I want to pull the data from any of the on-premise database or any of the cloud or anywhere to the database. Can we do it automate? Like I want to pull the data every morning, like in the at the 4 a.m. So in that case, we can schedule that part as well. Just a minute. We can write our just task. We can create our task for that. Just a minute. In the database, we can create our task as well. So task is just a minute. So task is something like scheduler. In a SQL, we use the agent, SQL agent for that to schedule anything. Same way, we can create our task over here. So in the task, we can provide the which warehouse we need to use, because with each warehouse we have the computer associated with that. So we can give which warehouse we want to use, when we want to schedule that part, at what frequency we want to schedule that part, and in that what we want to execute. So over here we can execute that in the SQL query or the store procedure or the Python script. We can schedule anything over there. So when as I so there will two way as we discussed. So one first way we can discuss that we can execute that query manually. The Python script or any other script which we want to pull the data, we can do it manually. Second option is we can do it, we can schedule that part as well via the task. So in the Snowflake, we see that as a task instead of scheduler. Okay, Hemant, hope that has been answered
Yes,
by you.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
great. Now let's come back to the PPT again. So we covered that part, incremental load on high level. Okay. Okay. Uh, Write and execute query. We have already gone through that part. We have written some SQL query. We have written to pull the data, to create table as well. So we have gone through that part. Next is one of the important feature of the Snowflake is data sharing. So what is data sharing? So Snowflake have the capability to share the data. So how it work? So data is shared between the Snowflake account. So suppose I have created, I am the owner of one of the database, and I want to share the data with another account like Prerna's account. So for that, one approach we can do is the like I am working in any of the on-premise database or any of the database. What I will do, either I will give the permission to Prerna on my account, my database, or I will create a dump of my database and give that to Prerna. With that, how it will work? So the storage will be data will be duplicated in that case. So I am maintaining one version of my data on my account, or second version with the Prerna's account. So we need to transfer the data over the wire or the whatever the way. But the good thing with the Snowflake is we need not to give that data to the Prerna manually, or we need not to maintain a duplicate copy for that. We can share that whatever the data we want to share with the Prerna, we can share that with the account directly. We can map that account and that can be shared. So what all things we can share on that part? If we want to share the whole account with a whole database with Prerna, we can share the database. I can if you want to, I have hundreds of table in my database, and I just want to share one table with Prerna, I can give create a share account for that, for one table or view or um, and I can share that portion of the data with the Snowflake, with this Prerna. As I said, we can share that database if you want to share the whole database, or I want to share this a single table, or I have created a view for view in that. I can share that the data of the view as well. Okay, and I will come over there again. Let's check it practical, how we can see it. Say do the sharing over there. Again, I will not go in the sharing part in more detail, considering the timeline of this session, because it will come under the advanced session actually. So from the high level overview, how it work. So on my account, so I will just create a share. Uh, okay, and after that, in that share, I will give a unique name to my share, and after that, I will add the table or the database or the view which I want to share. So I will add it over here. So suppose in this example, I am sharing a table into my share, and what is the table name? The table name is the my table. So here is the database name, here is the schema name, and in this one is the database name. So till that point I have just created a share and map that share with a table which I want to share. Now, with whom I want to share? So I will align add my share with that account. So how we will do that? Just use this script, and after that we will add that account, associate that account with that share. That's it. So that means data has been shared with that user. So suppose I have shared the data with the Prerna. So in that case, I will give the Prerna's account detail over here, and that will be shared automatically with the Prerna's account. So next thing is how Prerna will get to know that she got the permission, and after that, how she can access the data. So again, on the Prerna's end, she will create a database, and and that database will be a shared database. Okay, and from the script will be the create database, and after that shared name, uh, and from share, and which account is over here Prerna will add the account name, and after that Prerna will add the shared name. What are the shared name we give over here? So that name Prerna needs to enter over here. So that will be the Prerna account name, and after that Prerna's shared name, which was given by the shared party. And after that, it's very much simple. Once the database will be shared, database will be created. Prerna can do the query normal, the query as we do in the normal way in with the primary database, primary owner database. So from that point of view, it's almost similar way how we can do the query on the database. So as we discussed, the database with that is, so with me in my database, I have hundreds of table. I give the access to Prerna to one of the tables. She can only play on that database. How she no, sorry, not the database, on that particular table only. She can view the data, or what type of permission we have given to Prerna. According to that, she can do those activity with that database. And the important feature, as we already discussed, we need not to share that data physically with Prerna, or need not to create a duplicate copy of that. So if I do any changes in that database, in my database, that will automatically reflect with the Prerna's account as well. Okay, so sharing we have gone through. Any question on the sharing part?
So, hi Ritesh. So, can we share the complete schema? Like we have, in the schema we have 10 tables. So we have
Yes,
option of
yes,
sharing
yes.
complete schema also.
Good question. Yeah, correct. So on our end, we can share the database, we can share the schema, we can share a table, we can share view, uh, we can share as per our convenience. So answer to your question, yes. We
Yes,
can
yes.
save the
Thank you.
schema as well.
Thank you.
Any more question? Yeah, so floor is open for the Q&A. So whatever we have discussed today in our session, we can, if we have any question on that part, I will try to answer those question. Feel free to drop that question in the chat window. We'll go through over here, or you can drop the question over the email as well on the multi-cloud. We'll try to answer those questions as early as possible. Yeah, floor is open. Yeah, I think we don't have any question on that part. So the agenda of that session we have already covered. What is planned with that? So over to you now.
So thank you, Ritesh, for giving such a wonderful and informative session. And thank you everyone for joining the session. And I request everyone to take the quiz and claim the certificate. And I have shared the guide in the chat box. You can go through that steps and you can claim the certificate. And there is no negative marking. So I request everyone to attempt all the questions. And you can also retake the quiz. So that's it. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you once again.